Word spelling and grammar checker is extremely useful for correcting your work before you share it with others. In this lesson, we'll review possible mistakes that Word has flagged in the document, and we'll accept or ignore any suggested concerns. We need to check the spelling and grammar in our press release, and to do that, we'll use the spelling and grammar dialog box to identify and correct any mistakes. And when we're finished, our document will no longer display any red or green error flags. So, what we need to do to get started is open up our press release. Then what we're going to actually do is look at how can we actually get rid of the squiggly lines, the red, the green, and sometimes blue, so that we can actually print our document and it is good to go. So first things first, the first item that Word flags is right here is the name Moffat. That's someone's name. So we know that it's spelled correctly, although we'll tell Word to ignore it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on Moffat and I'm going to say ignore all. And the reason I'm going to choose ignore all is in case I use the name again in the document, which I know I have. Now we're ready to check spelling and grammar in the rest of the document. I'm going to press Control Home to move my insertion point to the very beginning of the document so that Word begins checking at the beginning. Now I'm going to go up to my ribbon and I'll click the Review tab. That's where spelling and grammar check is located. So I click on spelling and grammar on the far left in the proofing group. Also, what you'll notice is F7 is a shortcut key. So I click on spelling and grammar. It automatically brings up the spelling and grammar dialog box and identifies the word inaugural as misspelled. And down in the suggestion box right here, it provides the correct spelling. To accept that spelling, I'm going to click on change. The misspelled word is accepted with the correct version, and then immediately goes on to find the next misspelled word. It identifies gas lamp, suggesting that it should be separated into two words. But in this case, the proper name gas lamp quarter is spelled correctly. So instead of choosing change, I'm actually going to say ignore once. Next thing it actually does, the dialog box indicates that the word are is repeated in this sentence. And of course, that's a mistake. So I'm going to actually click on delete so it removes the repeat. And the second occurrence of the word is deleted. The dialog box now identifies a grammatical error. In this case, a subject-verb agreement error. And down here, it suggests using the word is instead of are. The suggestion is correct. So in step 7, I'll click change and the correction is made. And as you can see, the spelling and grammar check is complete. So I click on OK, which means my entire document is checked. I can click on Control Home so I can see my entire document again. And what you can notice, there are no spelling and grammar errors indicated by the squiggly lines under words. So I'm going to click on Save. So my press release is saved. And if I want to learn more about spelling and grammar checks and how to actually create autocorrect entries, I can check out my textbook. But the most important part about this is making sure as you're going through with the spelling and grammar check, you're paying attention to the corrections that Microsoft Word is making and making sure that it is the correct correction that you need in your document. That's very important.